The take-up has been phenomenal. We've had over 1 million young people who've registered, huge amounts of women who've registered, and the tactical voting website is all over social media. We've made 573 recommendations and people are on it all the time, and actually Vauxhall is our second most searched for constituency. Our message is very straightforward. Pick a candidate who you know will be principled and put the country before their careers, and vote against this extreme Brexit that the Tories are peddling. But everywhere, everyone's talking about tactical voting. It's absolutely brilliant.
Well, this country has been tactical voting for since the 19th
Well, it's been
century,
I know,
so.
but people don't quite realise that that's what they've been doing. I absolutely agree. And you know, in France, that's how Macron came to power, was through tactical voting. So
in the first past the post system, everyone tactically
votes.
Yeah,
I know. It's quite interesting.
Well,
I think in Vauxhall, it's one of the examples of where an MP did not listen to the people in their constituency. You had Kate Hoey, who did not listen to the 78% of the locals who voted for Remain. And also a picture with Mr. Farage, who not only did she support, but they actually funded over £18,000 to UKIP, which again is just not listening to their constituents, and it just epitomises what we felt was wrong about the Brexit campaign, the extremes, and the lies that were told. Best for Britain, we had two goals in mind. One was there's a real apathy, I think you'll agree, amongst voters who are exhausted about elections. So it was ensuring there was a high turnout. We're very proud to say that we've managed to help 1 million young people register by the 22nd of May, and a huge number of women who don't normally register. So we're really pleased about that first part. The second part is backing candidates who we think will be real game changers, strong candidates who will hold whichever government to account, but will also fight this extreme Brexit that the Tories are peddling. I thought it was totally scandalous. You know, she's the one who called the election. She should be engaging in debate and going out on the doorstep talking to ordinary people, not being out with invitation-only events around the country and refusing to turn up and debate with other leaders of parties. I mean, what does that say about her negotiating with 20 other leaders if she can't even negotiate with 7 domestic leaders?
And she's barely said anything about the whole issue, the whole campaign. I mean, it's the absurdity of this election campaign is that it was called ostensibly on the Brexit issue, and that is the issue that 2 of the major parties refused to talk about.
I don't think Mrs. May has offered details on anything. She's made lots of sound bites, but there's very little detail on Brexit or anything else. But for this election, Brexit is going to blight everything, because if our economy suffers, if our workforce suffers, then it will affect everything. So talking about the other policies are important, but Brexit is the ultimate choice for people. So in Vauxhall, for constituents that we're backing candidates such as George, we're saying to voters, vote for someone who is strong and principled and will put their conscience and their constituents before their career and party politics. That's what we need. I don't believe that the parliamentary system is broken. I just think we have the wrong people, or some of the people in Parliament are just not strong enough. I mean, in my case in particular, quite a few of them just rubber-stamped the bill to go through, and that's not what we need in Parliament. George epitomises the 25 candidates we've already endorsed. We've looked at his track record. He has stood up, he's been principled, he's listened to his constituents, he's been very vocal, he's even taken his own legal action for something he feels very strongly about. So yes, he absolutely epitomises the sort of candidate we think people should vote for.
And in this constituency, we have to remember that even after the referendum, when people overwhelmingly voted in favour of Remain, there could be no doubt whatsoever what the views of this constituency was. We had the spectre of our MP voting 19 times with UKIP on the Article 50 bill. People deeply care about this issue in Vauxhall, not just because they all voted Remain and they care about our membership of the European Union, but because also what it says about political representation. We can't be in a situation where their MP so brazenly refuses to listen to the constituency, and that is what's happened here. As I said, you can't be under any illusion what the people of Lambeth think about Brexit. It was the highest voting Remain constituency in the country, and to have one of the most pro-Brexit MPs representing Vauxhall is simply wrong.
Lovely, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, please. Thank you, Josh. Sorry, Alan, can you lens it away, Alan?
So am I Nigel or you Kate?
I don't know. I don't know. We could do both.
Tripod poses, maybe.
They went like that. Kate went like this at one point.
Yeah, no. It was very sort of like on the bows of the Titanic or something. If only then you
I'm
were
under the
sinking.
impression you're actually coming on a boat, so I'm low tide, unfortunately.
Yes, nobody had.